Let's send it upstairs to Steven and Oral. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, John. It's Friday Night Baseball on Sportsnet LA, and it's brought to you by Jack in the Box. It's a happier Friday than most because we're spending it together here at Dodger Stadium. Game 2 of this season opening set between the Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. How cool is this? That's rhetorical. This is awesome. He's Oral. I'm Steven. Kirsten Watson's downstairs. And Oral, the Dodgers continued their D-back dominance on opening night, didn't they? I mean, it didn't start off that way, 2-0 hole, but 8 unanswered, and the pitching staff was great. But I want you to hone in on the lineup, all the different faces from familiar to new.
It was a great night last night. You know, there was some mysteries about the young guys. How would they perform? Would they mature enough? I saw maturity in the box. I saw a lot of offense, and we saw some outstanding pitching. After giving up 2 runs, they shut down the Diamondback offense completely.
There were some outside questions about the Dodgers heading into 2023. So many familiar faces left, but there are some back, and they're really, really good at playing baseball, aren't they?
It's like the whole roster got contributed last night. If it was Freddie Freeman, if it was Will Smith, those familiar faces. And then you had some mysterious guys that were veterans in other uniforms before, but now they're contributing. The Peraltas, the Martinezes, and the Rojases, and it's been a big contribution. And you can't have a complete lineup unless the youth chimes in a little bit. Well, Vargas with a couple of walks and some run scores and some power from Outman to left center.
Yeah, first official home run at Dodger Stadium. He went deep in the Freeway Series, of course. But James Outman and Miguel Vargas, 2 of the young guys that Dodger fans are really excited about. For more on them and their journeys to this point, let's go downstairs to Kirsten.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, when it comes to Miguel Vargas as well as James Outman, the 2 of them, they combined together to score half of the runs for the Dodgers yesterday. And when I asked Dave Roberts about the success that they have had so early in their careers, he said a lot of it is due to they are homegrown guys, and they're in an organization in which the team does everything to make sure that they are set up to be successful. He also said it's about the makeup of those 2 players. When I was talking to James last night, he told me that his approach and the consistency that he has at the plate, it's due to practice, practice, practice. And he also told me it's patience. He said that Rome wasn't built in one day, and either was his success. So for the 2 of those guys, a lot of nerves yesterday, but today they are feeling good. Miguel told me that there are no more butterflies, and he is, well, he's bueno today, guys.
Kirsten, they passed those nerves upstairs to me. It's May Day. Dustin May making his 2023 season debut. He'll throw out the first pitch against the Arizona Diamondbacks on the other side of the break. Dodgers baseball.
Heating up the games. Last season, the average regular season game, 3 hours, 3 minutes. In the postseason, 3 hours, 22 minutes. Yesterday across the majors, the average game time was 2 hours, 45 minutes. Only 14 pitch clock violations, no more. Across baseball, the games were 31 minutes shorter than last year on opening day. Seemed like the pace of play, everything just flowed really nicely.
That's a great idea. It's been working. That's what you want to see. You want to see more action in the game. I love it.
Absolutely. Again, we're knocking off the dead time. There's still a lot of action in the game, and I love the pitch clock.
It was a fun start. We already saw one baseball game today played in 2 hours and 9 minutes between the Mets and the Marlins. First pitch coming your way on the other side. Dustin May against Merrill Kelly. Steven and Oral back after this.
At it again at the Ravine. The Dodgers now 39-10 their last 49 games against Arizona going back to the beginning of 2020. And here comes Big Red Dustin May, number 85, throwing the slap for the first time in 2023. And they'll face this lineup for Torey Lovullo and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Josh Rojas, former Hawaii Rainbow Warrior, will lead off in front of Ketel Marte. And you got the speed there with the youngsters in the middle of the order. Corbin Carroll batting 5th, playing in left field in front of Gabriel Moreno, the catcher, and then Jake McCarthy in right field. Alec Thomas will draw into the lineup for his season debut. He's got some wheels as well.
Dustin May on the mound. He is coming back from Tommy John surgery in the middle of last year. Got 6 starts last year. And is starting to feel really good as far as the strength and the rhythm. He had an off season to build that strength and not just rehab and then get into spring training and build his mechanics. The arsenal that he is bringing to you in 2023, it's got some change of speeds in it. When you've got a 4-seamer that defies gravity at 98 miles an hour and then all the way down to that curveball at 85, talking about 13 miles an hour difference, and that can take a fair ball and make it foul. That can take a contact swing and turn it into a swing and miss.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. And for Dustin May, made his last turn in Cactus League on Saturday. 94 pitches over 5 2/3 against the Kansas City Royals. 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 6 hits. The biggest one being a 3-run home run to Bobby Witt Jr. His first pitch to Rojas in there at 98 for strike. And we're underway.
Diamondbacks call this their track meet lineup. This is all about running and speed, making contact. Their first battle, because of the last 7 innings last night, is going to be getting to first base. But after that, they're going to have to hold the running game in check as the Dodgers play defense.
Rojas, who did not play on Thursday night, opening night, fouls back the 0-2, so we'll do it again.
We're doing it again a little quicker this year.
Yeah, the new pitch clock, that was in effect all across the league yesterday, wasn't it?
Outstanding pace of game, a lot more enjoyment. The beauty of the game coming at you a little bit quicker.
And the average game time across baseball is 2 hours and 45 minutes. There's the 1-2 from May. Another souvenir. And that's down 18 minutes from the regular season average for a 9-inning game last year.
It's a good start. It's always good. Julio got the W, got some run support, got it over in about 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Count level at 2. Between Julio and Bickford, Shelby Miller, NC Almonte. I mean, they faced the minimum over the last 7 innings. And that 8-2 win. A 1-0 start to 2023. Poke to the left side. Max Muncy up with it. Quickly 1 down. All right, fans, you know the deal. If Dodger pitchers strike out 10 hitters, that means all he is going to go home with a free jumbo jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large beverage. So, Dustin, what we're saying here is punch some tickets.
Get some swing and misses.
99 to Ketel Marte, and he's ahead 0-1.
Building some good pitchers counts already. Had an 0-2 before the ground out. Now 0-1, coming right at him.
Marte 1 for 3 last night. Wonder how that forearm's feeling. Got hit by a pitch early. Hunter misses inside from May.
He was in the right-hand batter's box for that one. Dustin May doing a nice job filling up the strike zone here, and a very good pace.
A 1-2 to center field. Outman pushed back toward the track, and that's 2. You know, Oral Ford Dustin, in first full season coming after the Tommy John surgery, had 6 starts down the stretch in 2022. It was hot and cold. You know, for him, he said his only focus in 23 is just to get through it healthy.
He would love to have a lot more innings than the mid-50s, where it's been pretty much his first full season of work when he's out there. Healthy, and if he is, as you see, the triple-digit fastball and the ability to change speeds, if he can fill the strike zone with his stuff, he is going to be very successful.
Behind Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 2-0. You know, another thing he's talked about is getting his body in position to get down the mound. For the young pitcher at home, what does that mean? What is he trying to accomplish?
Well, the whole key is to keep that linear motion coming at the batter so that you can use it to drive the ball. So you set up your hips and your shoulders for the power of the pitch. If you're just kind of hanging over the rubber in neutral with your back leg, you're not getting down the hill. You got to find a way to keep that momentum going straight towards home plate. And so as he comes over the rubber, the kick leg finishes. Sandy Koufax used to call it a magic moment or a magic move over the rubber, where the back leg is moving forward and the front leg is moving backwards. Creates that good torque.
Mays 2-2 to Gurriel. Fly ball to center. Outman got a read on it just in front of the wall. 1-2-3 first inning for Dustin May. Look who's here. And D-backs still scoreless. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Dave Roberts running out with the same lineup as opening night, with Mookie, Freddie, and Will at the top. But as you talked about in the pregame, Morrow, I mean, up and down the order, outside of Max Muncy, everybody was getting involved yesterday. All right, let's get into our front door expert approach as we see ball one from Merrill Kelly, the right-handed veteran for Arizona.
He had an outstanding year, but not against the Dodgers. You see 5 of his losses and 5 starts to the Dodgers. You throw the whole kitchen sink at you at any time in the count. And so far, Mookie Betts hasn't found the strike zone.
And Mookie pokes it to the right side. Walker with a diving stop, and he'll flip it to Kelly. Nice play at first base.
It's a Gold Glove down there at first base. And outstanding reaction on the ball coming off of Mookie's bat. Good first step. And finds the leather. That's the hard part. There's the easy part, as long as Merrill Kelly's there in time.
And now Freddie Freeman is doing Freddie Freeman things in game one. Another multi-hit effort for him, first in 2023, after he led baseball with 57 such games last year. Stares at ball 2.
Well, Kelly is going to throw the kitchen sink at these Dodgers. The pitches that they really hammered this last year were his changeup and his sinker. You can see he's got a huge arsenal, and he is confident in all of them. But the good results last year came from the elevated fastball. The bad results, especially against the Dodgers, came on the sinker and the changeup.
And Kelly's made 12 career starts against the Dodgers. No wins. He's 0-9 with a 5.97 ERA. Freddie fouls back another one, and we're full. The Dodgers have won 11 of the 12 games that Kelly started against them. Kelly's 3-2 to Freeman and freezes him.
Any pitch and any count, and it's right here with 1 out, nobody on in the first inning. 3-2 breaking ball. And you see the elevated index finger, kind of a spike curveball right there.
Now the headliner from last night for the Dodgers, that's Will Smith. Takes ball 1 from Kelly. 3 for 4, drove in 4 of the team's 8 runs. That game-changing 2 out, 2 strike, 2 RBI knock in the third that tied the game.
Arizona worked him away last night, which, if you follow the hot and cold zones of a hitter, that's the right place to go. But Will Smith covered it very well. They're going there again.
Got the call from Hunter Wendelstedt behind the plate. 1-2.
They attacked it once with a 4-seamer, and then they bring the 2-seamer, the sinker, from the left-hand batter's box to that outside edge. Same area, different speeds and different direction as far as the pitches.
But what you appreciated about Smith last night is that he knew the game plan. They're going to pitch me away. He didn't try to do too much with it. Just took what he was given the other way, and he made the D-backs pay 3 times. The 2-2 kind of jammed him. That's tailing foul.
Merrill Kelly Zach Allen last night. These guys can locate the ball. And so when you figure out what they're trying to do, you can have a lot of confidence that they're not going to all of a sudden miss up and in if you feel like they're going away.
The 2-2 bounces. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
The other guys around the league that don't have the same command, you know, they become effectively wild where you really just can't get comfortable. But the guys with good control and command, the hitters can get a little bit more comfortable if they don't use the inner part of the plate.
Smith battling against his Team USA teammate Merrill Kelly, both part of the World Baseball Classic roster for the United States. Kelly started the championship game against Japan, was pulled in the 2nd inning after an inning and a third of work. He wasn't too thrilled about it, but he's a competitor. You can understand that. Another payoff. Shot foul.
So this is really a quality at bat from Will Smith. Right there, that pitch right there, just to fight that off and stay alive. Not take it and be fooled. And 8 pitches into the at bat, still making him work.
Kelly has one he likes for the 9th pitch against Will Smith, and Will's not going away.
These first 3 hitters in the Dodger order, you need to pitch in every once in a while, but all 3 can take the ball in and fight it off or keep it fair. So this is a tough gauntlet part of this order.
How about number 10? Another foul ball. What a battle here with Will Smith and Merrill Kelly. This one goes up to 11. And Will works a 2-out walk.
Third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
Now Max Muncy with a chance to wipe away some of that 0 for 5 on opening night. 5 strikeouts, the first time in his career. That ain't going to happen often. And if you're going to bounce back, some familiarity helps. He has that against Merrill Kelly of the good variety.
He has hit him very well. He's got a home run in like 26 at bats, so the power is there, the comfort is there.
Swings through strike 2.
Max feeling really good coming into spring training, fully healthy, got the swing on track, had a really good spring, and it seemed like he wanted to erase all the bad memories of a tough year in one night last night.
9-0-2 spoils that from Kelly.
It is so hard as an athlete. Have your first 5 strikeout game the night before opening day, feeling really positive about coming into the year, and here you are 0-2 the next day in your first at bat.
Dodgers did their damage, a lot of it with 2 outs and 2 strikes. See if Max can continue the trend, and he does, pulling it through the right side. First and second now for the Dodgers.
That is a duplicate of Max Muncy's first hit in spring training with the new shift rule. Only 2 fielders on the right side. When he got to first base in spring training, he had a wry smile, and he's like, that used to be an out. And he said at first base, yelled back to the dugout, now that's a hit again.
That's a hit.
In spring training, when a left-handed pull hitter hit the ball over 95 miles an hour on the ground, there was a 70-point difference in stats from last year to this spring. And that was an example of one.
Now Muncy on first, Smith in scoring position for J.D. Martinez. Waves at strike 1. Last night with runners in scoring position, the Dodgers came through in the clutch After an 0 for 3 start, finish 5 for 8. JD drove in a run and a 1 for 4 evening. Like Max, he falls behind 0-2.
They got him right where they want him. 2 outs and 2 strikes. The Dodgers were at the top of their game last year in that, and they had it going again last night.
6 of their 12 hits last night on 2 strike counts. 4 of their 8 runs. As JD watches ball 1 bounce in the dirt.
With 2 outs, right? 2 strikes on some of them. They had come from behind victories last year. They were number 1 in baseball at 48. They came from behind last night for that victory. They were right there at the top in 2 strike hitting and 2 out RBIs last year. They did that again yesterday.
And Kelly elevates and strikes out Martinez to strand a pair. So we're scoreless through 1 full.
It's time for Dodgers Dog. Hitting off the second inning. First baseman, number 53, Christian Walker.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up for your Dodgers at MLBshop.com.
Strike 1 from Dustin May to begin the top of the second inning against Christian Walker. They retired the D-backs in order in the first. Ground out to third, a pair of flyouts to James Outman, and now the slugging Christian Walker. 1 for 3 last night. Fouls away the 1-1. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Walker with 36 home runs last year. 21 came as a road warrior. He really hit well on the road. OPS well over 8.5.
Ooh. First ticket punch tonight for Dustin May as Walker's down swinging.
Sped him up with the fastball in, missed with a breaking ball earlier, but this last breaking ball that finishes him off caught enough of the plate early to get the bat moving and get the miss.
Now Corbin Carroll, the Diamondbacks' top prospect and the number 2 prospect in all of baseball according to MLB Pipeline. Takes ball 2 down. Carroll went 0 for 3 in the opener. Batting in the 7th spot in the order, elevated to 5th tonight. D-backs fans, they're itching to see him in the leadoff spot. They want more ABs for this dynamic player.
Well, this is like walking a double. You really want to pound the strike zone here.
They're going to try and get back into it. 3-0 right down the chute. There's strike 1 at the knees. A deep breath from Dustin May ahead of the 3-1. Ground to the right side. Fair ball. Just beyond the reach of Freddie Freeman, and Carroll going to test second base and get in there without a play. You could hear the crowd build because they thought, are they really going to run on Mookie again?
Yeah, the swing here, and it's going down the line. Carroll actually stops coming out of the box. They get the fair ball sign, and Mookie has a shot at him, even with his wheels, because of that stall. 2 stalls before he makes the turn, and then finally decides. Mookie just didn't get a grip. And I'm sure they'll probably grade it a double, not an error on Mookie.
Strike 1 to Gabriel Moreno, 23-year-old from Venezuela.
He gets the ball, and as he turns, just couldn't get it out of the glove. Last night we saw him make an outstanding play. Cut down Marte trying to get a double.
Moreno with the ground ball to Muncy at third. He looks back. Carroll to second base. And there are 2 down.
Right fielder number 31, Jake McCarthy.
So here's Jake McCarthy, finished 4th in Rookie of the Year voting in the National League a season ago. Garnered all that attention despite playing in just 99 games. Swings at the first pitch from May. Fly ball to left field. Peralta back, and he's got the 3rd out of the 2nd inning. So Carroll stranded on second base. Go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Peralta leading off.
This year, as in every year, there is a new celebration for the Dodgers when they get a hit. It is this right here. It is the Choo Choo Train, and it was brought to us by David Peralta, whose nickname is the Freight Train. He told me that the offense is getting going, and it's time for everyone to get on board. So once they get a hit, you will see the choo-choo going, guys.
Thanks, Kirsten. David Peralta, one of those dudes you can't help but love, especially if you're in the same clubhouse as him. And he's leading off here at the bottom of the 2nd. Oral 6, 7, and 8, and it was the bottom 4 hitters in the Dodgers order last night that were really productive. 6 for 13, drove in 3, and all 4 of them reached base twice.
And the length of the lineup was something that we didn't know how much would we get from the bottom of the order. The top we felt pretty sure of with Will Smith and Muncy and Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. But it was the bottom side with these veterans and the young guys you wondered about, but they came through in a big way.
Kelly ahead of his former teammate 0-2. The pitch, and Peralta lifts it into right field for a leadoff base hit.
David last night used the left side of the diamond, the left center gap. Ball was away from him then and hit it where it's pitched. Now he gets an off-speed pitch, and tonight he's got enough swing left to get a barrel on it and drive it into right field.
Now Miguel Vargas. Didn't have a hit last night, but he did walk twice. Watches ball 1. That's going to drift out of play. Even the count at 1-1. You know, I'll be honest, personally, I think Miguel Vargas was the player that I was most anxious to watch in person this season.
And so much written about him, so much hype that he was going to be the starting second baseman. He was going to be paired with Gavin Lux, when he ends up with a broken bone in his hand where he can't swing the first few weeks of spring training. But yep, he looks like he is very mature in the batter's box. He and James Outman, as far as their mannerisms and walking onto a big league field, remind me of Julio Urias and how precocious they are as far as their maturity and just looking like they belong. That their heartbeat, maybe there's hamsters running around the wheel inside, they're not showing us, but their heartbeat during the game looks like they've been here a while already.
Got some room on the right side. Vargas, as Moreno throws down to second, sliding in is Peralta. Marte wants him to take a second look, as does Perdomo, who's backing up the play.
It'll be interesting to see when the tag hits David and have the feet reach the base. The tag is definitely up the line, closer to first base. And David is going by. Ooh. And it looks like maybe that tag gets to him before the toe gets to the bag, and they are going to take a look.
So in that first angle, it looked like the glove definitely missed the cleats, which was the first location Marte
I think the tag is, up on the hindquarters there a little bit. You're going to see.
Arizona is challenging the safe call at second base.
You know, your lead leg going into a base when you have all that speed becomes your shock absorber. And you have a tendency to start to fold it instead of reach for the bag and lock your knee out, because if you have your knee locked out, reaching for the bag, you're going to get hurt. So you've got to start the shock absorber of shortening your leg before the bag, and that's what makes you out. As you see, he's not using the full length of that left leg to get there quickly, because it's just impossible. If you lock it out, oh, you are headed for the IL.
So the call safe, which means you're looking for that, oh yeah, the conclusive evidence.
Yeah. I think your eyes were right that the original attempt at a tag missed, but then you've got the tag that's farther up the body, and they've got to see the leather touching David, and there's the foot on the bag. The bigger bag this year. And you don't think 4.5 inches matters. It is like bang, bang plays that are now being reviewed by replay. There's going to be quite a few overturned. 23 stolen base attempts yesterday on opening day, and 21 were successful.
Yeah, most steals on opening day since 1907.
Now, in 1907, there weren't 15 games. I think there was half as many games. So they were probably running a little bit more back then. But, yeah, just to say it took over 100 years to have that many attempts. I don't care how many games you're playing that day.
So now we're grooving while they're reviewing.
We put a pitch clock on the pitchers and the hitters, but you might need to put it on the review.
You will hear no argument from me over here, Oral.
It is a long distance call to New York.
That's true. Torey Lovello waiting on the ruling for his challenge, but the way he put it to me in spring training was, oh, let's get the call.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Arizona will retain their challenge.
All right, so a successful challenge for Lovello and the Diamondbacks, and
it's kind of what we saw in live action after you patch two looks together, and I think that's what New York was trying to do. They were trying to coordinate the timer to the exact time so they could get it perfectly right.
So Vargas, first pitch after the challenge to right center field. Miguel Vargas goes off the wall, and he'll stand up at double.
Two walks yesterday, 0 for 2, scores a run. Well, he doesn't wait long to get his first hit of 2023. Anything James Outman can do, I can do just as well. And boy, he almost left here, Oppo.
In scoring position for James Outman. And waves at strike one from Kelly.
He took a nice short swing on a 3-2 fastball from a guy who couldn't land his changeup after getting beat on a fastball in the pitch before. He made him pay on that one.
Behind 0-2. Now, here's the thing about James. So he's now 8 for 16 in his career. So he had 8 hits, a couple home runs. Has not been put out on a ball in play. The other, all strikeouts.
Well, there was some swing and miss in there, but there's a lot of loud contact when he makes it and puts it in fair territory. It's easy to scout loud contact, even when there's swing and miss there, because you say baseball's about consistency, and if we can get him to make contact, this is going to be really good. And he forced his way onto this roster. He wasn't really penciled in to be in the opening day roster, but with the injury to Gavin Lux and his great production in spring training, here he is contributing already.
He's even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kelly checks on Vargas and delivers the pitch that strikes out James swinging.
That is a nasty changeup. That's what the Dodgers hammered in the outings of the 5 starts of Kelly last year, but that one really had some serious depth.
Third K of the night for Kelly. Now the 9th spot, Miguel Rojas, 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored on opening day. Fouls away the first pitch, 0-1. Vargas still on second. Kelly's 0-1 to Rojas outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dodgers fell behind 2-0 last night. Came back and won. You're looking to break on top right here in the 2nd.
Held right back.
You saw Miggy almost lose his balance on that swing when a 1-run breaking ball was a little up. You get a veteran bat control guy that's going to be maybe utility, but now the starting shortstop because of the Lux injury. Dodgers haven't told him to be a bat control guy. They've said cut it loose.
He did there on the 1-2, and he goes down swinging. Back-to-back punch outs for Kelly to end the 2nd. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr., where all your charbroiled burger wishes come true, including yours, Oral.
Looking forward to it.
Nothing for either the Dodgers or the D-backs through 2 full innings. At the top of the 3rd, we have Alek Thomas taking a strike from Dustin May. Thomas making his season debut, or did not start, on opening night against the left-hander Julio Urias. And a month away from his 23rd birthday. Dustin's 1-1 locked him up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two on the ground. Vargas calmly collects it and gets it over to Freddie for the first out.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance on April 3rd and receive a Julio Urias bobblehead presented by Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Julio and Alek Thomas, Austin Barnes, all teammates in the World Baseball Classic for Team Mexico. Now at the bottom of the Arizona order with Geraldo Perdomo. High and inside for a ball. Got thrust into action last year because of the injury to Nick Ahmed. So he's played in 148 games in 2022. Struggle with the bat. It's a 58 OPS plus. It's park adjusted. League average being 100, so suboptimal year at the dish, but a young switch hitter and someone who's going to be a part of the club, whether it's a starter or in a utility role. Strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. Now 3-1.
He will be looking and getting his opportunities this year to really try and make an impact.
And he draws a 1-out walk.
Dustin May really wanting to work on his efficiency, and those kind of walks like that really irk you when you know that's one of your challenges and main priorities.
And especially someone like Dustin, right? He's so fiery and emotional out there, and I know that's been something Doc Roberts has talked about, him harnessing those emotions between the white lines. Top of the order again, Josh Rojas. He takes the first pitch. It's on the line. 2 Outman, 2 down.
James has had some very nice breaks out there and routes. We have seen him go towards both gaps and really circling the ball and turning him into something really routine. Starts on the left side of second base with that one, but broke cleanly and nice and easy to steady the eyes at the end just to catch that.
And it was Outman who retired Ketel Marte in the first on a fly ball to center. And you talk about Perdomo or Thomas or Carroll McCarthy or Moran, any of the youngsters that they have in that Arizona clubhouse. But you talk to anybody in the organization, Torey Lovello up to the front office, they'll say that if we're going to take that next step again as a team, this is the guy who's going to have to lead them there, and that's Ketel Marte. Ground ball underneath the glove of May. Rojas has it. And that'll do it for the top of the 3rd inning. Mookie Betts will lead off when we come back.
Pitching coach Connor McGinnis. And Connor, we have seen Dustin May pitch 3 scoreless innings. What have you been seeing from him from his start?
It's been awesome. I mean, just the fact that he's back out there given the injury, you know, he's pounding the zone with his heater, really just kind of making them feel that velocity and getting a couple 3-ball counts. I know he wants back, but he's looking pretty good.
You mentioned the health with Dustin May. How important is this start for him and this season for him being fully healthy?
Yeah, he's ready to go. You know, it was good for him to get a little bit of that season under his belt last year. Is really important, but we got a lot of veteran guys around him that have been helping him out, and he's in a really good spot.
All right, Connor, I appreciate you.
No problem.
Thanks, Kirsten. Thanks, Connor. Yep. Dustin May's done his job, Oral. No runs for the D-backs now. The Dodger lineup going to try and pick them up. Betts, Freeman, and Smith on the slate for Merrill Kelly in the bottom of the 3rd.
Really can start to attack the strike zone even more than what Dustin May has done. If they can get him a run or two, it really kind of loosens you up to use more of the middle of the plate. He's got a lot of action on that changeup when he gets the release in the right spot. He's got to get the release in a place where he can maintain the correct height of the pitch and then get all that spin to get the action. But when it's a ball out of hand, it doesn't matter how much spin it has. And that one right there breaking the other way, just not enough plate to get Mookie to fully commit, and he's got enough to hold up.
Count full for Mookie, who's searching for his first knock of 2023. Inside ball 4.
On the last pitch, I thought he walked, so I use ink on my score pad. I had already put walk.
Because you saw him going to adjust them.
I just said, good take, Mookie. You saved my score sheet.
You're not like EK, he's got the eraser ready just in case.
Well, you know, that's a different generation. I broke EK in.
Freddie grounds the first pitch foul. Well, it was the 3rd inning last night where the Dodgers broke through and got on the board.
Second look at a starting pitcher. You know, this is a pitcher that gets stronger as he goes through the order. He's one of the few that does very well. Yeah, that was close. Sorry to walk over your play-by-play there. You want to take my replay?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Looks like he made it back, but they're going to ask.
I don't know if you could consider a reactionary grunt play-by-play.
That's
I
true.
appreciate you giving me a lot of credit in our honeymoon period here. Kelly's 0-1. Fly ball right field for Freddie. And McCarthy has it. That was in the air a long time.
Number 16, Will Smith.
Kelly, a good story. I mean, he's a veteran right-hander, but only a handful of seasons in Major League Baseball, right? Wasn't the linear path to the big leagues for him. He was drafted a few times, out of high school, then out of JUCO, then from ASU. Kelly again checks on Mookie. Now Mookie making sure that's 2.
But after a new batter, you get 2 more. So you restart it.
Smith, a liner to left field that hangs up though for Carroll to secure the second out.
Will Smith continues to hit it hard. He had a bloop down the right field line, but he's been barreling up on a lot of balls here so far. 1 game and a few innings in.
Max Muncy for the second time. He singled in the first inning. So forget the 0 for 5 start. He's now 1 for his last 1. Ball 1 outside from Kelly. 4 seasons in the KBO for Merrill Kelly. He won the Korean Series in 2018, then signed a minor league deal with the D-backs. Now entering year 5, coming off a career campaign in 2022. Muncy trying to forget about 2022, and whether it's a arm injury, knee injury, whatever, any major injury, I think you're always looking at that second season after for somebody to get back to themselves again. And that's the hope for Max, who takes a big cut on the 2-0.
First year you come back, you are still going through a lot of adjustments, but the first fresh off season where you can go back to strength and working on your game, that's 2 with Max Muncy up there, I think. And so I don't think we have any disengagements or pickoffs left for Mr. Kelly. Mookie's been doing a very good job of taking some one-way leads where the pitcher looks over and goes, I can get him, but he hasn't been able to because the first step is going back.
Muncy, 2-1 to center field, and Thomas has it. So a couple balls hit hard there in the 3rd inning for the Dodgers, but nothing across. Is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times are waiting. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Now, college me would say Morongo was more like an hour 15. If you went late, no traffic. Some tough lessons learned. Top of the 4th, scoreless game.
You're an LA kid. You know about traffic. You're just getting used to it again.
I know.
Wasn't that long when you were in a car seat. Now that you have to drive it yourself. You were just taking a nap in the back.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, look out. The 0-2 nearly got Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Just because that was -1 for your World Series run, Laurel, doesn't mean that you can bully me.
No. But the honeymoon's over. It's the top of the 4th.
This game's not at scoreless. We're waiting for the first run. Dustin May and Merrill Kelly have pitched well. Ground ball from Gurriel. Bobbled briefly by Vargas. He recovers to make the play.
T-Mobile customers get free MLB TV. Redeem now through April 3rd at T-Mobile.com/MLB. There has been a residual effect with this pitch clock. The promos are shorter.
You got to get through it. Yeah. Not as much freelancing time.
Exactly.
0-1 grounded sharply beyond a diving Muncy. And Christian Walker thought about second base. We'll head back to first with a 1-out base hit.
Holding Christian Walker to a single is usually a good thing because this guy 36 home runs last year. He is the power in this lineup. The Diamondbacks hit more solo shots than almost anybody in all of baseball. So they want to get people on in front of Christian Walker and let him have that power.
There's a board for Corbin Carroll. Grounds the first pitch to Vargas. Miguel's just going to take the out at first base.
It's a smart play. You have a good baseball clock, understand the situation, record the second out, 2 out. Man on second, you'd rather much have that than try and go for the risky play and cut down the lead runner. If it was late in the game and that could have been a game winner or tie-breaking run, yeah, maybe you go for it, but not there.
And you get the sense that's exactly what Miguel Rojas came over to tell him as a veteran. Hey, good play.
Yep.
We got 2 down now, 1 away. We're getting out of this 4th inning. To Moreno. He shoots it to right field. That's an easy play for Mookie to make. So a 1-out hit from Walker doesn't hurt Dustin May.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance on April 4th and receive a hooded sweatshirt presented by Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
The new light shining down on a crisp Friday evening at Dodgers Stadium. Game 2 of 162. The Dodgers and Diamondbacks scoreless. JD Martinez taking ball 1 from Merrill Kelly. And oral for Kelly's getting close to 60 pitches, but he's getting more efficient as this game has gone along. 28 pitches in the first as Martinez skies one. And Marte is underneath it. 28 in the first, 17 in the second, and then 13 in the third.
I don't care how long you've pitched in the big leagues or how long you've been throwing a baseball. The first time you step on the mound at the beginning of a new season, there's a lot of things to deal with, and you like to settle in quickly. Those 28 in the first were stressful, but he has settled in.
David Peralta, his second appearance of the night, singled in the second inning and was caught stealing. It was initially called safe. It was overturned after Torey Lovello challenged it, and then Miguel Vargas rather, had doubled the very next pitch.
Very successful challenge.
A couple of former UCLA Bruins in each dugout tonight. Between Lovello and Doc. They missed each other by a handful of years. 2-1 to Peralta, just out of the way.
Wonder if their lockers were near each other.
You left it too dirty one time, David, just reminding you.
Yeah.
It's outside, and it's ball 4. Peralta aboard for the second time.
Well, as we saw last night, when you get to the bottom of this Dodger order, you cannot relax. These youngsters came through.
Vargas up, Outman on deck. Peralta on first. And Moreno trying to steal Kelly a call, didn't get it. Miguel was what, about 8 feet from a home run?
Yeah.
Double?
Yep. Off that wall in right center. This is a young man that commands the strike zone with his eyes. He's got a great approach, uses the whole field. You could ask him to open up his swing and have him start pulling the ball and hitting the power to left, but you know what? Let him be this outstanding hitter that he is, and I think as he learns the league, learns pitchers, learns counts where he can let it loose, you're going to see him pull the ball more in certain situations. But you don't want him to get away from a guy that uses the whole field and will probably hit top-notch pitching.
He's ahead 3-0. And you heard Kirsten talk about it pregame with Dave Roberts, just how young players are able to just kind of hop in and produce pretty seamlessly. So it's a combination of culture, which has been established here by the organization and the veterans in the clubhouse, and then confidence that these youngsters have, like Vargas. Dances out of the way, 4-pitch walk. 2 aboard for the Dodgers in the 4th. Now a word from Morongo.
The legendary Wayne Newton, live April 7th. Get your tickets now.
Brent Strom, longtime pitching coach, take a stroll out to the mound to visit with Kelly.
Brent at one time was in the Dodger organization. You do have to come back below your -1 age. Brent was with me in the minor leagues.
Wow.
Yes. So when I broke in 1979 and drafted, Brent Strom was in the Dodger organization as a minor league pitching instructor.
True lifer.
He is, and a true genius at pitching. Great bedside manner and great knowledge, and has adapted through the years with all the new data and measurements. He didn't break in with slow motion cameras.
Edgertronic.
No.
Rapsodo, yeah.
He didn't have any of that, but he has adapted perfectly.
So Kelly, 69 pitches up to this point. Been a nice night, but a little bit of trouble here in the 4th. Dodgers going to try and make him pay. 2 on for James Outman. It's outside. Young right-hander Dre Jameson warming in the Arizona pen.
One thing you think about when you're a veteran pitcher and you get to the bottom of the order and you got some youngsters up there early in their career, severely early in their career, you think you can just tease them a little bit. They're going to be anxious. They're going to want to. These guys aren't biting. 6 balls in a row.
James gave it a go on the 2-0. It's fouled away. We showed Outman's homer a little earlier from opening night. And I think the most adorable part of the night was he told Kirsten afterwards in the dugout he blacked out. And then post game with David Vassegh, he did the interview and David thanked him and said, "You can go." And James he stood there. He didn't know what to do. And Davey was like, "You go now, leave." He's going to get used to those situations based on what we've seen so far out of James.
Yeah, he is locked in, and he is all baseball player, Jim Rat. This situation right here, he just got beat by a fastball in, is exactly what happened pre the home run last night. Got beat by one in and then hit one that was away.
2-2, a little tapper just in front of the plate. Where's Moreno going to go to third base? And they get the lead runner and David Peralta.
Moreno has a gun. It's going to help him shut down the running game, and right there, that was bang, bang, quick decision, and then a howitzer. Watch this throw.
Yeah. Quality sound effect there, Oral Hershiser.
I appreciate that. I'm going to give you my middle name next time. We're on a formal basis still.
Yeah. So Torey Lovello going to take the ball away from his starter, Merrill Kelly. A pitching change for Arizona. We'll introduce you to the new guy next. Thirds. Didn't give up a run, though he is responsible for the runners on first and second here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Time for Who's In, Who's Out, brought to you by In and Out. And it's Dre Jameson. Now, he went to Ball State, or I know you're a Bowling Green guy. You going to be okay talking about a conference rival?
For sure. This young man's got a pretty good arm. He's got a 4-pitch mix. The fastball's electric around 95. Got the slider, the curveball, and the change. And you see that 3-0 with a 1.48. Well, that's as a starter last year. Made his major league debut in September. So far this year, they're going to pitch him out of the pen, but I would think his future is somewhere in the rotation.
Jameson and Vaught, another top pitching prospect. They are definitely looked at as future pillars of that rotation as Rojas fouls away the 1-0, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's beat out for that final spot in this year's rotation to start the year anyway by Ryan Nelson. So, 2-out situation for the Dodgers, one that served them well over the last year plus. On the 1-1. Rojas waves and misses at strike 2.
We've seen this with Dodger pitchers, with Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May, Julio Urias, where they start in the pen. It's a good way to keep innings down as far as the workload for the year.
Did he go? No, he did not, says John Payne down at first base. So 2-2.
Some strong hands right here to stop that barrel. It's as borderline as it gets.
Yeah, got to sell it too. Just shake your head, even if you did go. Vargas on second, Outman on first. The 2-2 to Rojas. He pulls it to left field. Carroll drifting toward the track, and he's got it. Still a scoreless game as we finish the fourth at Dodger Stadium. By your Southern California Toyota dealer. Welcome back to Dodger Stadium. More Dustin May at the top of the 5th inning. Next to Oral Hershiser, I'm Stephen Nelson filling in for Joe Davis. There's Kirsten Watson downstairs. Well, Oral, your impression so far of Dustin?
I think he's settling in nicely. I think the fact that, you know, he's thrown a lot of strikes. He outpitched Merrill Kelly as far as the efficiency. He's still out there protecting the Dodger bullpen. Velocity is in good place.
50th pitch. Saw it off. Rojas going to drip back, and he's got it.
Not the easiest one to use your full amount of speed because you're trying to keep an eye on it and it's directly over your head. And there was a lot of backpedaling here, and Miggy had enough speed running backwards to get to it.
Close pitch called the ball.
The four-seamer's been about 50-50 as far as strike to ball, but the off-speed stuff, he's done a nice job. Being able to slow the guys down with the other stuff, with the cutter and the slider and the curveball and the changeup. Some of these 2-0 count and hitters counts, he wishes they were a little bit better.
It's Thomas to miss at strike 1. 2 balls and a strike.
When you see those velocities upper to mid 90s, but you see the ball kind of go straight, that's the four-seamer. That one with tail, more of a two-seamer like that. Gets that left to right run. And then when he wants to fool the hitter or show one that could jam him more, He'll throw the truer four-seam fastball, which will stay straight, but pretty much defy gravity like that.
The foul ball from Thomas, who's battling here against May. 2-2.
It's a little straighter, less tail, upper part of the strike zone, the elevated fastball with a lot of spin on it.
And again, we'll bounce it right back. Rojas can go 6-3. Got a couple ground balls right at Dustin.
Well, you see 91 and you go, well, that's got to be a fastball. No, that's the changeup. The elite arm speed from Dustin May. The changeup is going to be anywhere from 89 to 92.
Dustin's a little different than most. First pitch to Perdomo. It's tailing toward the line, foul territory, and it's the net.
The upper 90s pitches are that four-seam fastball and sinker, so you're seeing about 67, 68% is going to be the hard stuff. And then if he's going to slow you down a little bit, it's going to be mostly the curveball and changeup. And that cutter will still be in the 90s.
The 0-1 Perdomo. Slash foul.
Just a little old-fashioned hardball going on right here. 97, 98. Here I come.
Yeah, hit it.
I walked you last time and I didn't want to, so we're going to use the center of the plate here.
They will try the 0-2 again. And he strikes out Perdomo swinging. Will skip off the mound for Dustin May in a 1-2-3 fifth inning.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance tomorrow and receive a Freddie Freeman bobblehead presented by Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Top of the order for the Dodgers in the bottom of the fifth inning. Mookie Betts against Trey Jameson. First arm out of the pen, relieving Merrill Kelly. Pitch in there from Jameson, 1-2. Mookie 0 for 1 with a walk. The walk started off the third inning. The Dodgers weren't able to bring him home. They say he did go. So Mookie down on strikes. Pitch clock is pretty low.
Just a tad more than where we saw Miggy Rojas go.
.99 in for a ball against Freddie. Flew out in the third, struck out in the first. Strike at the bottom of the zone.
This is Dustin May arm speed out there. Four-seamer in at 99 and then a two-seamer at 96 with good action.
1-1. Grounded to short. Perdomo. They throw across. 2 away.
Very quick twitch on the mound. It's a very subtle leg kick, but then when he explodes, moving away from the rubber, he comes at the hitter in a hurry, and that arm is about as quick as his hips and his shoulders.
First round pick in 2019. 34th overall. Starts with the ball against Will Smith.
His delivery just has a second gear. Starts with pretty good rhythm, but then when he decides to explode at you, he's jumping at the hitter.
It's ball 2. Despite Moreno's best efforts, you get Hunter Wendelstedt to change his mind.
Hitters look for places to start their load and trying to time a pitcher. And most times hitters are loading when the pitcher separates his glove hand from his pitching hand, and then they start their load and get their rhythm. But with this delivery, you might need to be a little quicker. I'm not sure you're getting it done, because hitters' rhythm, if you think about as they rock back into their back leg and load their hands, it's a little slower than the way Jameson's coming at you after he separates.
Three balls, one strike. The pitch to Smith. We're full.
Yeah, if you give yourself a little soft focus and you've got both Will Smith and Jameson in your eyes, you can kind of see how Will Smith's rhythm is a little different with him on the mound, to make sure he can catch up his load and get ready to launch as fast as this arm is coming at him.
3-2, ball 4. A spit on it, a 2-out walk.
Outstanding at bat.
I see what you're saying though with Jameson. It's kind of like he sinks down and then it just unleashes. Max 1 for 2.
Well, from a five strikeout game, the first of his career, to a base hit in the first at bat and a strong line out to center. Puts a large band-aid on that big cut from yesterday.
The 0-1 to Muncy. High fly ball, center field. He wants it. Alec Thomas does, and he's got it for the 3rd out of the 5th inning. Still waiting on a run. About ready to kick off the 6th inning. 0-2-0 for the D-backs, 0-3-0 for the Dodgers. Inside the box score brought to you by your Lexus dealers. Looking at Dustin May's outing so far. 61 pitches thrown and 42 for strikes. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits, but no runs.
Almost a 70% clip of filling that strike zone.
First pitch of the inning popped up on the infield by Rojas. And so that means May has gotten the leadoff man in all 6 frames he's worked. And there was a lot of anticipation to watch May in this debut tonight. And you can understand, one, with the talent, and also just the road back. It was such a mixed bag in 2022. 3 not so good, 3 really good starts, and 6 turns down the stretch. The pitch to Marte inside for a ball. And now a full off season and spring training to build up toward what he hopes is a full season. What's the command going to look like? Well, first night that answers. It's been answered well.
Yeah, it sure has. He's had some counts where he's gone 1-0, 2-0, felt bad, walked a 9-hitter. But you know what? All in all, overall, the command has been there. Just a few bouts where it's kind of escaped him for a little while, but the first pitch strikes are nearing 70%. The strike percentage right there around 70%. So that's pretty doggone good for first outing in 2023. And here he still is with 1 out in the 6th, still in there.
Just 2 3-ball counts. 2-2 count against Marte. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch from Dustin. It's down in the dirt. I guess that jinxed him. 3-ball count thing. 3-2 now. Marte fouls it straight back, 98, just above the zone.
Quality pitch against a quality hitter that was able to catch up on it. When you go to the top of the strike zone, you're looking for the swing and miss or the pop up, just the foul ball.
The 3-2 line to center. And there's James.
There's a lot of pundits in baseball that thought the elimination of the full shift would really hurt the Dodgers because they shifted a lot and their shift was very accurate. But just because you're keeping two fielders on each side of the field in the infield and keeping them on the dirt doesn't mean they still can't be accurate where they place people.
Okay.
Strike zone sometimes is nose to toes.
You're a pitcher. You're going to take that every time.
I'm not going to gripe. Unless it's with my offense and we need runs.
Now Mays ahead 0-2. Now Lourdes Gurriel Jr., of course, younger brother of Yuli Gurriel, now with the Marlins. Ooh, almost got him. Acquired with Gabriel Moreno in an offseason deal with the Blue Jays. It sent Dalton Varsho to Toronto. The DH tonight, probably backup Christian Walker at first base. Play the outfield. 1-2. May gets him. And lets Gurriel hear it. Third strikeout for Dustin May. Another 1-2-3 inning. He's through 6.
Presented by Cadillac. James Outman is mic'd up before opening day and makes his first major league start at Dodger Stadium. And Evan Phillips spends time at home with his wife Liz and discusses his role in the bullpen this season. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers, presented by Cadillac, Thursday following the postgame.
I gotta say, Oral, and I'm just bumping your tires here, you don't need me to do that. Best promo reader I've ever worked with.
I appreciate it. You've been in the business, what, 3 months? No.
Yeah. And look, to clarify, you're the only promo reader I've ever worked with.
Oh, thanks. There we go.
Still the best. It's JD Martinez, David Peralta, and Miguel Vargas.
We're going to be next to a few of us, so there's going to be competition. Early on, there was one for the pulled pork pierogi hoagie that was kind of tough.
And a lot of landmines.
Takagi tankless water heaters was really good.
1-1. JD tips it into the glove. There's a strike.
Yeah, there is no minor leagues for promo.
No.
You got to go right into it.
There's 5 total hits between the D-backs and Dodgers tonight. 2 for Arizona, 3 for the Dodgers. This is where they break through. Oh, after this, as Martinez down swinging.
Yeah, we are at the point in the game where you can't leave your seat. The pitch clock's going to tell you that the action's going to come at you at a faster pace, and one pitch and one swing will change this game.
And why not the freight train? The ex-D-back David Peralta. Been up twice, been aboard twice. A single and a walk. Do home plate umpires like when catchers hold it and hold it and hold it?
No, in the long run, they're going to think you're getting shown up.
And Peralta with a fly ball that pushes Carroll back a little bit right at the edge of the track with the second out. I appreciate Moreno trying to pick up his pitchers. I just wonder if there's a flip side to that coin.
Well, enough whispers from veteran home plate umpires as he goes through that and maybe repeats it. He'll start to understand the guys that will let that happen and the ones that won't.
Vargas, like Peralta, been aboard twice. He walked his last time up in the 4th. And had a long double off the wall in the 2nd.
You know, it's interesting about catchers and framing and holding it there. You know, there's probably about 3,000 people down low that could actually argue with the umpire, that have a sight line to talk about it. But when a catcher holds the glove like that or does different things with mannerisms, it's the other 47,000 people that you've just shown the umpire up to.
Yeah.
So there is something about body language. You might say, oh, it's not a big deal on TV, and what's the big deal? Why is the umpire getting bent out of shape? Well, there's a vibe about what kind of job you're doing that is echoing throughout the whole ballpark. And they don't need the catcher's glove to echo that. They want some respect.
You can see the young Moreno. Again, this was not a position he was supposed to be in to start the year. Carson Kelly was supposed to be the starting catcher, but broke his forearm after he was hit by a pitch in spring training. But Moreno, see, they're trying to calm Jameson down. And yes, Vargas drew a walk, but hey, just play catch with me. Just play catch with me.
When the stuff is electric, you just want it somewhere over the plate.
Yep.
Center fielder, James Outman.
2-out base runner for the Dodgers here in the 6th. James Outman hit his first Dodger Stadium home run last night in the season opening victory. 0-for-2 this evening.
A very youthful battle here. About the same amount of big league experience. Game on the line. Second game of the year in 2023. This could have been a matchup you'd see in AAA or AA last year.
1-0 foul straight back 1-1. Man, even with the balanced schedule, taking away some head-to-head matchups, these two figure to see each other quite often and get familiar.
A lot of years ahead of them.
You say Outman, you know, in terms of the expectation wasn't there, but you know, all he's done at every level is command attention, command more opportunity. He's got Vargas on first base. 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. Scoreless game. The 2-1 pitch from Jameson. It's down low. 3 balls and a strike.
You should open it up right here. The swing will get big.
3-1. Outman was taken the whole way. And that one just got the plate. 3-2.
He's taken when he sees spin. If he would have saw something straight and hard, I'll bet you he was cutting it loose. But that is some real maturity from a young hitter.
To pay it off, Vargas going. Strike 3, swinging. And a fist pump from Jameson. Bookending strikeouts in the 6th inning. Let's go to the 7th. Opening weeks presented by Front Door, an all-new home repair and maintenance app coming soon. Dustin May still out there for the top of the 7th inning. Pitch 74 is a ball. To try and do something here that he's never done in his big league career. And if a play is made by Rojas, yep, he's done it. He records an out in the 7th inning for the first time.
And it was a quality hitter that he got a fastball in on him. He hasn't lost a notch of movement or velocity. And you know the confidence there is because he is pounding the strike zone as Alex Vesia warms up behind him.
4, 5, 6 on the docket for the D-backs. Here's Corbin Carroll. Inside to the 22-year-old from Washington, who was committed to play UCLA before he was drafted the 16th overall pick in 2019. That's 3 balls, no strikes on him. It's the 4th time tonight May finds himself in a 3-ball count. That's ripped on the ground right to Vargas, 2 away.
You just don't have that third dimension on those ground balls right at you, and when it's hit that hard with the exit velocity that was at, I think he did a nice job staying with it.
So much attention on Carroll, but he was wanted to shine the spotlight in spring training on some of his teammates, namely Moreno, as he flares one into right field for a 2-out base hit. A 3rd hit of the game for Arizona. And Carroll said of Moreno, first day in the cage, like, wow, he hits the ball hard. He did not hit this one hard, but he's aboard.
There's a lot of talent there, and he's going to get more reps than was expected here early in the season.
Vesia continues to warm in the Dodger bullpen. This pitch 81 from Dustin May, fouled back by Jake McCarthy.
McCarthy's strictly a left-handed hitter, but Dave Roberts showing confidence in Dustin May and leaving him in there.
That one arm side, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now 1-1 in the air, left side, drifting toward the seats. Bounces right off the top of the Dodger dugout.
McCarthy not a guy that's going to take you deep to the opposite field, so staying with the hard stuff, not giving him something to be able to get the head of the bat out like a down and in slider where he could golf it out of here to right field. You got to play the situation right here. Stay away from doubles and home runs. And knock the bat out of his hand.
With Sandy looking on, Dustin May punctuates his evening with a punch out. The longest outing of his career. Now time to get him some runs at the stretch. Oh, we love what we've seen from Dustin May tonight in his season debut through 7 shutout frames. Let's say hello from inside the booth. Going in for Joe. I'm Steven next to Oral. And I got a question online several times, Oral, like, what kind of snacks did you bring, Oral, today? And I did not bring you snacks, which I apologize. But I did bring this baseball. And the significance of it is, so you met my mother before the game. And she said, I met you back in the day at an event. And I asked you to sign a ball for my young son. And this is it. To Steven, best wishes, God bless, Oral Hershiser. And here I am today, able to work a game with you. So when I tell you this is special to me, I mean that.
That is absolutely fantastic. Wow, what a nice mom to be going out there and getting autographs of guys where the autograph will go down in value.
Stop it.
Save this. It'll be worth less
up
later.
The mantle. Down in value, up the mantle.
You got to keep it out of the sun. It's starting to fade. I don't know.
You got to get a new case.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get another ball and I can get you to sign one from tonight.
Well, let's get you a W on your very first broadcast as a Dodger announcer.
I'm in for that.
Yeah. Way to go, Dustin May. He set the table for you, but Now let's get him some runs. He's the pitcher of record right now, so these runs would help him get a W if they got some.
The tough task for the Dodger lineup here, 9-1-2. Rojas, Betts, and Freeman, given the way Dre Jameson has looked so far. Yes, he did. And Miggy unhappy with that. It's another strikeout for the right-hander.
The Dodgers very willing to tell Miggy just to cut it loose. So there might be more of those frustrating strikeouts throughout the year, but they think there's going to be more power, doubles, and home runs too when they say give you permission to just let it go.
Mookie swings through strike 2. Batting average still triple zeros for Mookie. Won't stay that way for long. How long? Let's end it now. Mookie on the 0-2 pitch, driven to left field and gone. First hit, first home run of 2023, and a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers in the 7th. Just too good to hold him down.
0-0 on the scoreboard. 0-0-0 after the name Betts, but not for long after that pitch.
Nice play by Rojas at third. Robs Freddie of a base hit.
0-2 count. No hit in 23. 0-0 game. Mookie gets a hanging breaking ball that backs up on Jameson, and he doesn't miss it.
Catcher number 16, Will Smith.
Dodger uniform is red, white, and blue. He was playing during spring training for the red, white, and blue.
Everybody clap, 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 clap your hands.
Here's Will Smith with 2 out. Laced into left field. 2 out knock for Will. Third time he's aboard this evening.
Off-speed pitch that leaks inside again. They were trying to go low and away and get him to roll over something. Left it up and leaked it in, and Will didn't miss it. Some hits last night to right field. One right there to left.
Muncy 1 for 3. And 1 hit single came back in the first inning. flown out to center twice, hit the ball hard, hits it hard here. This one to right field. A leaping catch by McCarthy. Woo. Nice play by the D-back right fielder, but Betts' blast puts the Dodgers in front. Calendar on the docket for the Dodgers. Got 2 more games against the D-backs. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. and then Sunday matinee. And then the Colorado Rockies. Mookie Betts finally got his first hit, and it was a big one, a round tripper in the 7th inning. And finally a run in this game, a 1-0 lead for LA.
Alex Vesia looking to finish it off, at least here in the 8th. Dustin May, those runs came in the nick of time, so he is the pitcher of record if the Dodgers can hold this and keep it intact.
8-9-1 for the D-backs in the 8th. Pinch hitting for Alek Thomas is Nick Ahmed. Former UConn Husky takes strike 2. The team's only extra base hit on opening night. Finished 1 for 3. That double, a run scored, 2 strikeouts. Mookie's home run, by the way, was on an 0-2 pitch. It's the 3rd Dodger hit tonight with 2 strikes. On the other side, D-backs 0 for 11. 2 strikes in the count. Two spoiled. I want to wrap up your scorebooks for Dustin May. 7 shutty, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 84 pitches, 56 for strikes. Longest outing of his major league career. That's rolled over to Max Muncy at 3rd base. 1 out in the 8th.
Pitch hitter number 3, Evan Longoria.
Torey Lovullo going to the bench again. Another pinch hitter, the veteran Evan Longoria, for his first hit as a Diamondback. 0 for 3 effort yesterday. Year 16 for Longo.
Remember the early contract he signed in his career, one of the ones where they really stepped out in Tampa Bay to secure him as a top prospect, wanted him to be there a long time. He was a fantastic young player and has had a great career.
10 years with the Rays, another handful. The Giants, and now his first, the D-backs. I asked him, why Arizona? It was the 1-1 from Vesia is pulled foul. Said a couple reasons. One, he's got a home in Scottsdale. Obviously, the D-backs facility is there. But 2, he's seen as a competitor. The young core that they have, and he was really excited about being a veteran, hopping into that situation. One, it reinvigorated him. He says he feels great in year 16, but the opportunity to pass on knowledge at this point in his career was something he didn't want to pass up. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Sometimes your talent takes you to a new place where you know what, I'll play anywhere and I want to win a world championship. Sometimes when you get near the end of your career, you say, you know, I want to make this, I want to keep playing, but I want to make it a little bit more comfortable for my family. And I think, you know, probably Tampa Bay would have been a comfortable place, and Arizona definitely a comfortable place. And what Arizona's looking for and what he was looking for really fit.
Full count here facing Vesia. That's hit hard to left field. That's rolling towards the wall. It gets there. And Longoria going to trot into second base with a 1-out double.
The bat looks quicker. The hips look quicker. He looks a little thinner. And it's going to be a lot easier for him in the Arizona weather compared to San Francisco with the bone-chilling cold and wind. Going to be able to stay looser and take less wear and tear.
Little chat for Vesia with Mark Pryor. Evan Phillips was up and warming. As you see, Brustar now getting loose as well. Another pinch hitter for the D-backs. It's Kyle Lewis.
Pinch hitter number 1, Kyle Lewis.
A torrid spring that earned him not only a spot on the roster, but the leadoff spot in the order on opening day. A pleasant surprise, good for him. He's got a big chance here. Vesia trying to preserve this 1-0 lead for the Dodgers in the 8th.
The power and the swing has returned for Lewis. The running speed is down because of all the knee surgeries on the right side, but they are really excited about his bat.
1-0 tap foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Former Golden Spikes Award winner, top player in college baseball back in 2016 at Mercer University. Takes ball too high. More hardware for him. Came a few years later. Rookie of the year for the Seattle Mariners, but unfortunately, you mentioned the knee issues. He tore his ACL his first year in pro ball, and then his meniscus in June of 2021, and it's been a long road back. 2-1. Kyle Lewis hits it high, hits it well, and that ball is gone. So a go-ahead 2-run homer for Kyle Lewis. The D-backs are in front 2-1.
He got a slider that just didn't get to the back foot. It kind of hangs on the inner half. It breaks right into thigh-high inner half, and that was a good swing and a pitch that Alex Vesia would like to have back. Mookie Betts put the Dodgers on top with a backup slider that he hit, and Alex Vesia just didn't get his slider down. It was going the right direction until it hit the bat.
Ketel Marte now puts it in the air, but that's playable for Peralta. 2 down.
Designated hitter number 12, Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Gurriel Jr.'s 0 for 3. There won't be a decision tonight for Dustin May. See, it gets ahead 1-2.
The pitch clock is a little different for Alex Vesia. He's a guy that's every pitch is all out. Every pitch is full concentration. And this is a different pace for him.
A 1-2 slapped into right field. Gurriel aboard, and Dave Roberts going to make a pitching change, hustling out of the dugout. It's not Alex's night, so 2-1 ball game. The Dodgers now chasing one. Swing that produced a 2-run home run. Take this from a 1-0 Dodger lead to a 2-1 D-back lead. So Evan Phillips will come out of the bullpen and try and end this 8th inning. StatCast powered by Google Cloud showing you what he's working with. And Phillips coming off a terrific 2022.
Really good. After April, the ERA was 5 in April or so, but after that it was 0.5 the rest of the year.
First pitch popped up. Okay, it was more nerve-wracking than I wanted it to be, but James Outman makes the catch. 6 more outs for LA to try and reflip this script.
And finally, Mookie Betts with a big home run, but the Dodgers are chasing one.
You got to figure out a way to get a couple more runs.
These two guys will break it down. Plenty of reaction coming up right after the game.
Thanks, John. Thanks, fellas. Yep, now the Dodgers down a run. 6 outs left. Martinez, Peralta, and Vargas. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, JD searching for his first knock tonight. Defensive changes for Arizona after all the pinch hitters in the top half of the inning. Gurriel goes from the DH off the bench to left field. Carroll will shift to center. Longoria now at third and Ahmed at short. Two and two.
48 comeback wins for the Dodgers last year that led Major League Baseball. A comeback win of the earlier type yesterday for the Dodgers. Now they're going to have to do a later version of that.
Jameson climbs the ladder and gets Martinez swinging. Third strikeout tonight for JD. Scott McGuff getting loose in the pen. First pitch to Peralta. Soft grounder to second. Quickly 2 down. Caleb Ferguson up in the Dodger pen. One 1-0 on Miguel Vargas.
2 out, nobody on. Hitters count 1-0 right here. Keyhole in them, looking to hit one out.
And Jameson's got the stuff to supply some power.
Mookie got a backup breaking ball. The fastball is going to be 97, 98 miles an hour. You try and get one middle or the inner half and turn on it.
Strike one.
Serious respect right there with 2-0 breaking ball, but you are in a 2-1 game.
Facing a guy who's been aboard 3 times, a double and a pair of walks.
2 nasty sliders. One was really good. That one was perfect.
Jameson looks like a guy.
Mm-hmm.
2-2 bounce in there. Now we're full. And at this point, he's pitched 4 full innings out of the bullpen. 1 run on 2 hits, one of them being the solo home run to Mookie. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Two-out walk for Vargas.
They stayed with the breaking pitch, and it cost them the base.
And that'll inspire a pitching change for Torey Lovullo. Tying run aboard for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Grab a Mint Mobile shake while you can, only at Jack in the Box. Dodgers hoping for a 2-out rally here in the 8th. Down a run, they'll face Scott McGough. Welcome back to the major leagues for the right-hander. Spent the last 4 years pitching in NPB in Japan. The lockdown closer the last couple of seasons. He gets the call here in the 8th. Face James Outman.
Over 30 saves over there in Japan the last couple of years. And he credits his return to the major league since 2015 back here with learning the split finger fastball over there.
The NPB hurlers know a thing or two about quality splitters.
Sure do.
Let's see what he offers Outman for this 0-1. Tying run on base. That bounces away from Moreno. And now Vargas will move into scoring position.
You haven't pitched in the big league since 2015. You learned a splitter over there. You had a couple successful years throwing that pitch, but a little different in your first outing for a new team coming back stateside. The pressure of where your thumb is, how do your fingers feel on the ball? Different baseball. You see a little wildness here early.
Outman cool as ever. Vargas on second. The 1-1 is down. You talked about it earlier, Oral. I know these are young guys, but you just look at them in the batter's box or out in the field. They do not give off that impression. Those vibes. 2-1. Big swing. 2-2.
Very calm, very mature in the box. That's the better splitter right there. Maintained its altitude to the very end.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
James Outman's home run last night came off a guy who couldn't land a changeup, and he was backed into 2 fastballs in a row, and he caught up to the second one, hit his home run. I'm not sure he's going to get fastball here after the damage last night. I think he's going to have to hit a split.
The 3-2. He spit on it.
Threw him the heater and missed. He had him locked up and convinced he was going to throw him the splitter. I don't know if James swings if it's a strike, but boy, it was a high-level pitch selection. Great take from Outman. It wasn't down, but it was inside.
One thing you've been discussing is the Dodgers telling Miguel Rojas, hey, let it rip. In this situation, tying run on second, 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Maybe something a little different.
Well, against a guy he hasn't seen, and if he has seen, it's been 4 years.
And Miguel Rojas, a liner to short. McGuff out of the 8th. We'll move on to the 9th. Still 2-1 Arizona. Has to line out to short to end the Dodger threat in the bottom of the 8th. So now Caleb Ferguson will come out of the bullpen and try and keep this a 1-run game and give the Dodgers a chance in the bottom of the 9th.
Caleb is really on track to have an outstanding year. The health is there. The breaking ball has come back. The electricity and the spin rate of the up fastball. And I know he's excited for 2023, being on this opening day roster and feeling like himself again. You can see last season, just the 37 games, but here looking forward to more than a half a season with the Dodgers.
We'll have Carroll, Moreno, and McCarthy contend with in the 9th. There's strike one. The Dodgers will have the top of the order up in the 9th. There's a ground ball. Backhanded by Freddie. Ferguson covering, and he's out. That's tough. That's a tough play to make with Carroll's speed down the line. But Freddie and Ferguson do it.
First baseman has to go deep. Caleb Ferguson falling off to the third base side has a longer route than the righties going their way.
Ooh.
Yeah. They were signaling tag, and I think they're going to take a look at this. It is not foot to bag. It is tag to thigh, but it's after Carroll's already touched first.
This
is going to get reversed quickly.
Yeah, we won't have to wait like we did the first challenge.
With a 1-run lead, they'll be talking strategy on whether they're going to give Carroll a pitch or two to steal. They'll be talking about, are we going to sacrifice him over, and what direction do you want the sacrifice? Because the kind of thing with Carroll's speed, he could even think about going first to third on a bunt in the infield. You just never know right here. A lot of pressure and tension, and all of a sudden you've got speed at the plate and speed on the bases.
Yeah. Yeah, the expanded bases. Corbin Carroll didn't need any help stealing bags.
No.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Arizona will retain their challenge.
Yeah, D-backs 2 for 2 in the challenge department today. All right, so Ferguson will have to refocus.
Catcher number 14, Gabriel Moreno.
Strike one, bottom of the zone.
A little different for left-handers than right-handers, holding a good base runner on when you only get 2 pickoffs or 2 disengagements.
Moves home, and he's ahead of Moreno 0-2.
Changes the height of your leg kick a little bit. You don't have as many options to go with the high deceiving leg kick, whether you're coming to first or home and kind of hanging in space. It really almost makes you default to being quicker to home, not deceptive.
Carroll dancing a little bit off first base. Ferguson, the 0-2 pitch, slashed down the line, foul.
The major adjustment for a pitcher when you have to be quick to home is to get the ball down in the strike zone, because if you make your lower half quicker, that means your upper half, your arm swing, could be late, and that's going to leave the ball up.
See Carroll, shifty.
Important to dig deep and go for a little extra when you have to be quick to home. Not until the very end of your delivery. If you dig deep early and get a big arm swing out of your glove, you're going to be long and late and hang a lot of pitches.
Ferguson with another 0-2. Strikes Moreno out.
High fastball, one of the easiest pitches to throw when you're quick to home with a fast base runner. And Caleb Ferguson executed it perfectly.
All right, that's 5 strikeouts for the Dodgers, 5 more, and everyone gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box. Got to buy a large drink. Valid only at Jack in the Box locations in the LA area.
5 more only if there's extra innings.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of extra innings and Jumbo Jacks, pull for that.
We prefer walk-offs instead.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with a Friday Night Fireworks drone show.
That's true. First one.
Yeah. There's going to be a few here at Dodger Stadium this year.
McCarthy ripped to Freddie. He'll throw to second to get the lead runner. What a play by Freddie Freeman at first base.
There is a burst of adrenaline when you catch a bullet off the bat, and then to keep your composure as Freddie Freeman does from his knees, to calm his heart, to throw accurately and strongly to second base, avoiding Carroll's back. It was really well done to get the lead runner. Little help from Rojas with a dig out force play.
Yeah, he's got Gold Glove hardware. And he showed another reason why there. So 2 down in the top of the 9th. McCarthy now on first. Ahmed, who entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning, he grounded out to lead off the frame. Where Longoria doubled and Lewis homered. 3 straight pinch hitters for Arizona. Ferguson and Smith on the same page. Yeah. Good page. 1-1 against Ahmed and that reconstructed or cleaned out shoulder. Yeah, he did. 1-2.
Crowd understanding exactly where we are in the game, and these are huge outs. Could give them a little momentum going into the offense.
McCarthy going for second. A ground ball to second. All right, can the comeback Kings do it again? Top of the order, due up for the Dodgers in the top of the ninth. Freeman and Smith. Dodgers down a run.
Leading off the Dodger half of the ninth inning. Right field, number 50, Mookie Betts.
It was Mookie Betts who blasted a solo home run in the 7th. Gave LA a 1-0 lead. The D-backs got a 2-run shot from Kyle Lewis. And that's how we got here. Scott McGough will continue to work. Part of the revamped Diamondback bullpen that the Dodgers will have to contend with. Andrew Chafin preparing to come in just in case. Two balls, one strike to Mookie.
This is where the Dodgers and opposing teams will tell you that LA has home field advantage when these crowds get into it late. We've seen it get so loud here, Steven, that the pitch comm isn't loud enough in the pitcher's hat.
There has been so much ninth-inning magic in this ballpark in recent seasons. Let's get some more to kick off 2023. In on the hands, a leadoff walk for Mookie Betts. Lavella will take the ball from McGough. Chafin will come in to face Freeman. That's on the other side. "48 times, more than any team in Major League Baseball. On an opening night, a comeback win. Game number 2. Will it happen again? It'll have to happen against Andrew Chafin, the veteran left-hander, back in Arizona for another tour. They'll have Freddie Freeman. And what do you think the approach will be for Freddie against the left-hander?
Well, lefty or righty, he's an outstanding hitter. Lefties last year, when he faced him, he hit over just close to 300. Righties, yeah, almost 340. But he is a quality hitter no matter what hand you throw, and he will attack the first pitch. He does not need to see a lot. If the ball's over the plate and he likes it, he'll be cutting it loose early.
Freddie 1 for 8 in his career against Chafin. Tying run on first. Nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Strike 1 to Freddie.
That had a little width to it. Could have been a ball.
Freeman has 5 career walk-off home runs. He's 0 for 4 tonight. 1-1.
A lesser hitter would be 0-2 right now and swing at that breaking ball after that fastball way they got called a strike. Freddie just able to hold up.
Chafin checks on Mookie. The 1-1 to Freddie. Ripped to the right side. Bobbled by Walker. He goes to get Mookie at second with the first out of the 9th. Similar play to the one Freddie made last inning.
Last 2 half innings, the first basemen have played from their knees and done very well with throws to second. That one a little offline. Ahmed, a big shortstop that stretched well to get that force out.
Now Will Smith has been the most productive hitter to start this young season for the Dodgers. Takes ball one high.
That fielder's choice eliminated some speed with Mookie Betts getting the lead runner. Now Freddie Freeman, he can score on a double, but Betts would do it a lot easier.
Make it 2 balls, no strikes. Chafin's 2-0. Big swing, big miss for Smith. 2-1.
The veteran pulled the string on a 2-0 breaking ball.
Tap to the right side. Chafin will do it himself. Freeman advances to second, but 2 down. I know Mookie has the home run tonight, but nobody's hit the ball harder more than Max Muncy. It's just 1 hit to show for it, but he's looked really good tonight, bouncing back from the 0 for 5 opener.
I wouldn't be surprised if every ball he hit tonight was a hard hit ball, which is considered 95 miles an hour off the bat or higher.
Doesn't have good history against Chafin. He's behind 0-2. No hits in 9 ABs, 6 punch-outs. Muncy with a soft fly ball to left field. Gurriel will come in, and that'll do it. So the D-backs give the Dodgers a taste of their own comeback medicine. Kyle Lewis, the hero, with his go-ahead 2-run homer in the top of the 8th inning. That's enough to give Arizona a 2-1 win.
Dodgers get out hit. They get outscored by 1, but there were some good things that happened with Dustin May and Mookie Betts with his first hit of the year, a nice home run.
Dodgers now 1-1, back at it tomorrow. How about this for a pitching matchup? Clayton Kershaw and Madison Bumgarner. But first, we got to get all the highlights and reaction from this one. We send it over to John Hartung with Jay Hare and Nomar for the postgame show. Fellas?